Hello, everyone, and welcome along to this live webinar. And today we have a special topic, AI, the trendy topic where you can hear this word almost everywhere. But Lendlord just launched the Lendlord AI feature, and this webinar is mainly about this feature, demoing this feature, and also discussing the AI capabilities and how it can help you do better in your property business. If you watch this webinar on our YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe to our channel to get more relevant content. And I will start with the agenda of today. So we will start with a quick introduction. Then we'll speak about AI, the trend, how it's transforming the property investment area. Then we will start discussing how you can utilize LendlordAI to help you with analyzing deals, also with sourcing, and eventually make better decisions based on data and insights, less on intuition. Um, I try to make it short, also the demo, so we have time for question and answers. If you have questions during the webinar time, feel free to put them on the chat. If we can, we will answer uh, as we go, but if not, we will answer in the end of the webinar. We do have a promotion code for our premium plan during this webinar. So we offer during this webinar time 50% off on our premium plan. And the way to get the coupon, Amir, if you can put the details on the chart, and I will show you. So you need to create your free loan landlord account first from our website. Then from the top right menu, click on the settings page or click on the link that Amir put on the chat. Then from the settings page, click on the plan details, click upgrade, then click add coupon, enter the word AI and click apply, and you will get the premium plan for 50% off for the entire first year. And then it will go to the 99 pounds in the second year. And with the with the premium plan, you will get access with extended capacity to the Landlord AI features. So hurry up and do it during this webinar time. This coupon code will be available. Um, and Amir, perhaps you can take it just to show the link tree, perhaps, and speak about. I will put it here, and
So yeah, I've actually sent the link tree, and you can actually see it's a different way to open up all the different links to get to different places. Reach out regarding the bridging, mortgage. You can also see links to our YouTube channel and so on.
all right. Thanks, Amir. If you can share also the YouTube channel on the chat.
Yeah, no worries.
Um, and let's start. Okay. So first, let's speak about AI, and I want to ask another question, a quick poll, if you can put in the chat. So put A if you use currently AI tools such as ChatGPT, Claude, and perhaps others, Gemini, for your property business purposes, and put B if you don't. Okay, so I see A. Okay. A few B's as well. Make sure we target everyone. A, B, A. All right. Okay, so it's kind of a mix. All right. So what we try to do with the Lendlord AI feature is first to build like LLM, because basically this is the technology that sits behind. It connect to several APIs that provide LLM capabilities, like such as OpenAI for ChatGPT or Anthropic Claude. And based on that, we train this on property details. And when you use the Lendlord AI from your Lendlord account, you can also query your account. Um, we make sure that your data is not published to the public, so it's just for your account querying, not no one will share your data. So this is something that is important to mention. And this is also based on the privacy policy of the APIs that we use and our own technology. So what AI can gives you, basically, our AI tool is trained on the property market. So you can ask questions and get insights about areas, about property prices. And the good thing is that you can also ask questions and get more insights about deals that you analyze. So let me start with a quick demo, and we will take it from there. All right, so just a quick overview about the Lendlord platform. So because I saw that there are few people that are new to the platform. So you can see that we have three main sections on the menu: invest, manage, and finance. The invest part, this is the place to source properties. So you can see that we have properties being uploaded to the system on a daily basis. And you can filter this list based on different filters. It can be the tenure. You can use a price range, number of bedrooms, property types. By the way, for the people that are familiar with the platform, we just changed the filter so they are more flexible. So for instance, on the property type, we have now multi-select option. And also you can filter by basically it's added to Lendlord, but basically it can show how much time this property is on the market. So if you want just new properties, you can select less than 7 days. If you want to see um, um, more like wider range, you can put less than 28 days. You can now also use the filters for price decrease. So you want to see which properties have a decrease in price in the last 28 days, for instance. And you can see the old price and the new price. Now, on the premium plan, you have full access to the address. You can add properties to your watch list using this icon. When you enter the property, you can see the property on a map. You can do unlimited postcode information to get information about the postcode. And you can also perform online property valuation and rent estimation unlimited with the premium plan, which is available for you with 50% off during this webinar time. The way to do it is click on the link that Amir put on the chat, or go to the settings page and click upgrade, and then click on the pop-up add coupon, and then enter the word AI and click apply, and you will get it for 50% off. So this is the sourcing part. You can also define on the premium plan sourcing alerts, and on the sourcing alerts, let me use the premium count. You can define notifications, so you on your property, on your watch list properties, so you can get notifications on a price decrease before auction date. But you can also set a search criteria, so the platform will notify you when there are new properties matching your criteria. So it's based on the address and radius, then price range, minimum bedrooms and maximum bedrooms, and property types. Now let's speak about, I will stop here before I go to the other sections, and let's speak about what LendlordAI can help you in the sourcing section. So let's say that I'm now analyzing a specific deal. You can see this icon summarize with AI, which will open the LendlordAI sidebar. The LendlordAI sidebar is also available from this icon, LendlordAI. So when you click on it, it will open this sidebar, and you can see that we provide some prompts. So if you click on summarize, you can decide to summarize property deal, postcode stats, postcode liquidity, So you can use some or estimate refurb cost, GDV, rental income, or if you need to phrase an email to an agent or on the manage section to a tenant, this is also something that Lendlord AI can help you to do. So those buttons are like a quick access to the Lendlord AI. So if you want to get a summary of these deals, just click Summarize with AI. And then what will happen now is that the Lendlord AI feature will get the information about this property and will provide you a summary of this property listing. It really depends on how much data it gets, but you can start reading this and then do some follow-up questions. For instance, and as I mentioned, Lendlord AI also connected to the web. So we can ask, for instance, based on the prices in this area, is the 290K price makes sense? And you can basically ask anything. When we'll go to the auctions tab, so there you can also ask questions about the status of the property in terms of the potential required refurbishment, and then get some estimations about that. Okay, so here I get some market analysis with range of prices in this area, and also some verification that the price of 290 seems very reasonable. And basically, I can continue with this bot, like to ask more questions. For instance, and also he will suggest me things that he can elaborate. So here he asks me, would you like to elaborate on any specific aspect of the property's valuation? So I can basically ask anything and then get more information, get more insights. Let's go to the deal analyzer. So on the deal analyzer, by the way, we've added a few features. So the property URL, it's a feature that we are running just for premium users right now. And here, basically, you can take a URL from Rightmove or on the market and just copy it to this field. And why I'm saying beta, because we use different tools to see the best tools to extract. So I'm not sure that I tested this URL. Not all the time it will work, but on the time it works, it will fetch the data from this URL. So let's say that you just visited Rightmove, you found the property you want to analyze, just copy the URL, paste it to the deal analyzer, and the platform will fetch the purchase price, will assume the expected monthly rent, and provide you with initial analysis that you can see instantly. You can see also the summary to see what data the analysis decided to use, and you can change the information and see basically how it impacts your results.
Avilam, it might be a good time to jump in briefly.
Yeah.
We've had a question regarding the sourcing section. What providers do we work with? Like who is the source or the sources?
So we have one hub of basically it's a source for agents. So estate agents all around the UK feed this source. And then this is the way we get the properties to the on-market properties. Open a new tab because I want to keep the analysis here. So for the on-market properties, this is a direct feed from estate agents. You should see those properties also on Rightmove. The auctions, this is basically a feed that we created to get auction lots from online auction houses. If you are on our premium plan, which I remind you that you have the benefit of 50% off during this webinar time, you can also go and click on place bid, and it will take you to the auction house website, to the specific lot, to get more information about this property lot and also start the bidding process. Property lists basically should cover almost the entire market. And here you just need to select the category, for instance, back on market. Then you need to select an address and a radius from this address. And then it will provide you some information about those properties, and you should see the links. Okay, so I got several properties here, and then you can click on go to property page, and you can see the property listing on the website that it's basically being listed on. It can be Zoopla, Rightmove, or on the market. So this is another way to source properties, and you can also add this property to your watch list. So I hope I answered this question here. So let me get back to the deal analyzer. So the property URL, this is the new feature that you can copy and paste URL from Rightmove or on the market. Zoopla is not working right now, but we are working to make it basically work hopefully soon. So you get the data extracted from the Rightmove page, and you can continue to analyze. But of course, on the deal analyzer, you can use any address you want and provide the information, or use our estimation for the property value or the rental income. And we also have different strategies. So you can use either buy to let strategy. So you purchase the property and you are going like on day one, get a mortgage, buy to let mortgage, and let this property and get cash flow from this property, and also the property appreciation over the years. And if you scroll down, you will see the long-term metrics where you can see the best case and the worst case scenarios for each deal. The second strategy is flip. And in the flip, basically you buy, then you perform refurbishment to the property, you improve the value, and then sell. So here you can also do the analysis, and you can see how much profit you should have, the total cash investment required, and more details. And the last strategy is BRR. And here you purchase, you perform some refurbishment. You can buy either with bridging finance, which you can see the options for bridging finance through the Lendlord platform, or you can purchase the property with cash. Then you refinance after you improved the value of the property, and then you get a tenant inside and start receiving rental income. And the BRR analyzer will show you the refurb project metrics, including the cash investments that you need to put. On the premium plan, by the way, you can generate a report and get all the information in a well-designed PDF version, which you can share with others. You can also share this deal with other people, your partners, or people you want to show this deal to. Then you can play with the purchase price or the after refurb property value to see how it impacts your metrics.
Abinam, can I dive in quickly?
Yes.
One of the features that I really love on the platform is the sourcing alerts. So basically using the AI to realize under market value properties. So you can do research on different postcodes, find out what would be a good buy for a flat. So let's say the area sells two-bedroom flats for £150, £150,000. And so you could do a sourcing alert for £120,000. And I've created dozens of sourcing alerts, and I'll get 2 or 3 emails a week saying, hey, there's a property available for you. And it's a really great way for me to find under market value property, kind of creating this spider web. So using the AI tool and the sourcing alert to find under market value properties.
Yeah, I will show you. I will finish with the BR strategy, and I will show how. Like I think I showed it quickly the search criteria, but I will show it again soon. just go back to the BRR deal. One important metric is the money left in the deal. So after you complete the refurb, you refinance at the higher value of the GDV. And then with the refinance, you can basically get some of the cash you invested initially back. And this is this metric. So eventually how much money you actually invested in this deal. And based on that, we will calculate the long-term metrics based on the net cash flow. So in IRR, you can actually expect to see, if you do it well, in BRR, you can see IRR, the internal rate of return, which takes into account the cash flow and the property appreciation. You can see higher numbers because it will go on the capital deployed, which is lower because of the refinance at a higher value. Now, let's speak about AI. So I just analyzed this deal, and I want to use AI to help me with the insights. So I will click, before I click on Summarize with AI, I can also compare this prospect deal to other prospects that I analyzed before. So I can click on Compare, and then compare to prospect deals. Then it will ask me to provide the addresses. So I can ask the existing prospect, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 for sure. And let's just pick randomly a different prospect. I will use BRR. 1, 2, 3, 4 pavilion. Let's see if he will understand. So here I just decided to compare two prospect deals. Okay, no, it couldn't fetch the exact property. So I need to provide him with the full address, perhaps. Let me try this one. This property and this property. Let's see if we'll find it and give us the comparison. And let's see. All right. So basically provides a table with the metrics, property value, the initial cash investment, the rental income, the gross yield, some metrics, key observations, and then you can do some follow-up questions. Which deal looks better? Very generic question to you. And of course, I can also ask questions about other properties in the area, but here I would recommend first to analyze specific property and then to compare. But it's quite open, so you can just test it out and ask any question. Okay, so here basically provide us strengths of the first deal, the strengths of the second deal, commendation. Okay, so you recommended on Notre Dame deal, slightly better, and also with the caveats. So I can continue with asking more questions, but I want to show you another way to just analyze a specific property deal. So you can click on Summarize with AI. Then it will create the prompt for you. Just click on this, and then here I will focus only on this specific deal, and I can again ask if you think it's a good investment based on other properties in this area, based on the yields that I can usually get in this area, and more. Okay, overall, this appears to be a promising property investment with strong potential for capital appreciation and consistent rental income. Let's ask again, based on the prices, this was good. What can we say about let me see, what is the price? Okay, purchase price. So I can use the summary it provides me. I can also ask about the refurbishment costs and more, and then I will see what the answers, and then I can, again, do more follow-up questions and ask more things.
While
Yep.
this is loading, it might be a good time to remind about the coupon code for the time of the webinar.
Yes.
So I've posted again the 50% discount that we have. So you could go to your account, go to settings, and go to plan details, and you can add a coupon. Just type in AI, and you'll get the 50% discount for the time of the webinar.
Exactly. Go here, type AI, click apply, and you will get the 50% off. Thanks, Amir. Okay. So these are like the property value insights, market comparison. Okay, so you basically suggest significant discount for market value. I just did like random numbers, so because of that, perhaps. Um, Also, he provide me some information about the location and more, and final recommendation. And again, it's up to you. You can ask, any question you want. Take into account that this is a bot, so you need to take it into account, like it don't take the recommendations for granted, but it can provide you some insight, some perhaps, thoughts about the deal, and also comparison with other prospects that you analyzed before. So yeah. One more feature that it's a new feature that we can show here is the show comparables. So if you use this toggle, you can see other properties that were sold in this area, which is very important when you before you purchase any property. This is also available for our premium users, and you have this new tab, comparables, which you can see all the comparables in the list, and you can go to a Google map and basically see the street, see the specific property, which is, I think, very valuable. This is also part of our premium plan. The postcode information is here to stay. Like, it's our old feature, but it's so important to take a look on the area as well. And we provide several metrics, starting with capital growth in the last 7 years, some rental stats, the property pricing, asking prices in this area, crime statistics, schools, age distribution, commute method, and more. This is also on our premium plan. You can get unlimited access to that. Okay, so Amir, perhaps before we go to the manage section, if we have questions, perhaps we can answer.
So thanks. So there's a question that's just come in from Pardeep regarding the accuracy of the deal analyzer. So I'm not sure exactly what information you're asking about regarding the deal analyzer. So Aviram, maybe you could say what information you need to add in manually, what estimations we can help with, and then what information a user would have to put in by himself.
Yeah, so the way it works is basically you can put an address, and if you put an address, we get more data about this property, but you can also do like analysis with no address. Then when you select the strategy, we ask, as you can see, very few data points. For instance, just for buy to let, we just ask the purchase price and the expected monthly rent. And then when you click proceed, you will see all the results, but you can tweak the data. How you do it? You can either play with the purchase price or the rental income, or you can go to the summary tab, and here just click on the edit, and then just go over the fields. In those fields, you will find the platform estimations, which you may find less accurate, so you can edit that. For instance, the stamp duty, this is what we calculated, but perhaps we missed something, and then you can tweak the number here to get the analysis more accurate. The closing cost we assume for this deal 1,300. So you can click on this edit icon, and then perhaps you need to pay also an agent fee, or perhaps you bought it in auction, so you need to add an auction fee. And you can add basically any other cost to associated with closing the deal, not just the legal fees, but perhaps you pay only 800 for the. So highly recommended to go to the edit section and tweak the data based on the real numbers that we cannot know, but will help you basically like do the results much more accurate. Also the refurb cost. You can create a work spline, or can just, in a high level, you can say, okay, I'm going to do like invest perhaps in furnishing, and I want to put some buffer. And then click on save and here, and you will see on the results page, the metrics will change based on the data that you input. Then on the summary, you can, let's see if yeah, okay. So then you can go to the loan details. So Lendlord is connected to mortgage sourcing system. So you can see the current results from buy-to-let lenders. By the way, you can go get your mortgage illustration also online using Lendlord, or you can get bridging terms using Lendlord. On the link tree that Amir put on the chat, you will find the way how to start the processes for that. But you can see down rates went down, and I think the average on the system was 4.63. So perhaps I can copy this product to the analysis, and then it will take the rate, it will take the fees, and it will impact my results now. Perhaps I will see now I can see now a higher net cash flow. So this is the way to tweak the data and get much more accurate analysis. I can ask LendlordAI what he thinks should be closing costs for deal, or what should be the legal fees. You know what? Let's try. Let's start a new conversation. I click on this. What should be the legal fees to purchase this property? Again, I'm asking a very generic question. Perhaps he will want me to provide more details, so I can provide, and I can do some follow-up questions as well. Yeah, in the meantime, I see, but you say, okay, rental income, how accurate this is. So what we usually will do, we will take, before the rental income, let's see what is the answer here. Okay, yeah, it's currently set at 800 because this is what I set in this deal. Okay, the fee is reasonable for property valued at 100K-ish. Okay, I can make it, like I can ask for more details why the landlord I thinks that it's 800, and get, more, like I want to understand why. And if we can search the web perhaps and get more information. So you can use LendlordAI also to validate some of the estimations and get more information based on data from the web and based on AI analysis. In terms of the rental income, we will use the average yield to provide an estimation. But in this case, you saw that I entered the rental income. But if you come from the sourcing tabs and click on analysis, and in case that we have the yield of this postcode, this should provide you with the expected rental income for this deal. So it's based on the yield in the area. But again, you can tweak it, or you can ask LendlordAI if the rental income is if the rental income makes sense for this property type for this area. You can also use our estimation for rental income, and then based on several parameters, why don't I put an address? Based on several parameters, you will get estimation for the property value and also for the rental income. So this is the way to make the results more accurate. And again, on the premium plan, okay, so I got it. And I can use this number, or I can use anything that I want just to make to get some results for this analysis. On the premium plan, you get unlimited property value estimation and rental estimation. You have the coupon code for the 50% during this webinar time. So yeah, hurry up and do it. Okay, so this basically was the invest section. Let's go quickly on the manage. We don't have a lot of time until the end of this webinar. So the manage section of the platform, this is the place to manage your existing portfolio. So you can manage all the details, all the things that you need to store on each property, the insurance details, the gas safety certificates, the EICR, energy performance. You can any details about the property, everything in one place, accessible from anywhere. And also you can manage documents on the My Documents page, which is also, if you use our premium plan, you will get unlimited access to the My Documents module, and you can also share documents with others. You can also manage your tenants and tenancies. You can track your rent collection. And on the cash flow section, you can link your bank account. This is also part of our premium plan, or basically enter manual transactions. And by that, you can get the cash flow for the entire portfolio, but also for a specific property. For some of the users that we removed the recurring transactions, but now it's back. We're still testing it, but you can test it as well. The way to define a recurring transaction without linking bank account is basically on the manual transactions. When you add a transaction, you can just tick this checkbox, recurring transaction, and then the platform will create the same transaction every month. Having said that, the best practice that I think should be from the bank feed to link your bank account and get all the transactions, or make sure that you log and audit just the transactions that actually arrive, either if it's an income or expense, or any income related to asset or liability. But this is something that is now available again. And the reports page, this is the place to get P&L reports, expenses breakdown report, income report, and you can also file your tax return directly to HMRC. And the Making Tax Digital is again on the table. It should be live, I think, next year. And Lendlord will support Making Tax Digital as well as part of our premium plan. So how AI can help you with your in the manage section. So if you click on the LendlordAI button, you can summarize your portfolio, for instance, and get a summary of your portfolio, and then again, ask follow-up questions, things that you are interested in, things you want to understand. You can ask questions about future prediction of your portfolio and anything you want. Okay. You can also compare two properties from your portfolio, compare tenancies. You can query your account. You can ask questions about the property with your lowest LTV, or what are my urgent tasks, and basically anything you want. You can also ask questions about things that are now happening in the landlord market. For instance, the renters' right bill. which is something that we are focused on our website. We have the renters right with News Hub. I don't know, Amir, if you have access to this. It should be from the menu on our website. So
Yeah, I'll
our
send it over.
yeah, our premium users basically should get exclusive content about the renters right bill to their emails. So you can also learn things with LendlordAI, and you can also phrase emails to your tenants um, based on the data that you have here. So it can be specific, and then you can set it over. Although we do have the feature to send a reminder to your tenant when there is a payment overdue, for instance. On Lendlord, by the way, on the premium plan, you can also invite your tenants to their own dashboard, and then they can first receive all the documents they need to get from you, the right rent, inventory report, the gas safety certificate, the tenancy agreement, which you can also generate on Lendlord. Um, and then they can also get the payment schedule and get notifications when they need to pay the rent, get notifications if they have not paid the rent, and also they can issue maintenance reports. So if you self-manage your properties, you can take care of the maintenance issues from one place on your Lendlord account. Okay, so this is the manage section, and here you can use Lendlord AI as well. All right, now the finance section, this is the place to find uh, options for mortgage or remortgage, and also you can apply for a bridging loan with Lendlord and get heads of terms, usually within like in 24 hours and less. And the good thing is that you can manage the application on Lendlord, so you can get any like notifications on any step that is being progressed with your bridging application. So it's something that we also provide in one place. So you have everything in one place. You can source properties, you can analyze potential deals, you can obtain market data, then you can manage your existing portfolio, and you can get all the finance options you need, either to, if it's a new purchase or capital raising or bridging finance, you can find it here. You can also apply to get your mortgage illustration online and more. And now with Lendlord AI, this is another layer that sits on top of your account and can help you analyze the data, get more insights. And as we go, we'll add also more operations that you can do with it, as such as phrasing emails and send emails to tenants and vendors, and more. So yeah, this is it. I think that we're almost um, done for today, but let's open it for questions. So if you have questions, either raise your hand or put it on the chat, and
Aviram, there was two questions that I'd like to add. One, there was a question regarding Northern Ireland, if this is, if it's connected, if it works.
I'm pretty sure we do have a feed for Northern Ireland properties. Um, for that. So it should be um, available on the sourcing tabs. And of course, you can analyze these from Northern Ireland. It's something that is available. In terms of data, it depends. I think it's a good question that perhaps I mean we should check that we support, and if not, see if we can basically increase the data for that as well.
All right, perfect. There's another question here regarding taxation, tax returns, and how to manage companies inside the app. If, is it possible, basically?
So yeah, you can manage companies on Lendlord. So if you own properties under a limited company, when you add a property on on the general info, you have the ownership section. So if it's a company, you can add the company and
Abhinav, you're not screen sharing at the moment. I don't know if that's on purpose.
oh no, 1 second. Can you see now?
Yeah.
All right. So on my portfolio, when you edit a property, you can go to the ownership section and decide basically if it's a private owner owned or company owned. And then on the filters of my portfolio, you can see just the company properties or a specific company properties or just the private ones. And then you can also filter by owners. So you can see only the properties of a specific owner in this account. You can also use this toggle to see the values based on the percentage that I own in this portfolio. So you can see that my equity is this amount, but the entire equity on this portfolio is this amount. So based on the percentage that you put when you edit a property. Okay.
Amazing.
All right. I think that we also have someone that raised the hand. So yeah, because you connected from the app, like the name is not the right name, but if you can unmute yourself and ask the question. In the meantime, perhaps we can take another question from the chat.
Here we go.
Thank you, Avram.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, it's Olu. Yeah, I've actually tried to input some data to analyze some properties. But I'm not really understanding, the outcome or the output. Maybe I'm not doing the right thing. So it's a buy-to-let property, and I just try to do the deal analysis.
Yeah.
So well, I didn't really understand it.
Okay, so I try to, because we don't have a lot of time, I will do it quite quick and see, but if not, on the premium plan, you can schedule a demo, one-on-one demo with the team. And
Okay.
you can also message the team here or use our help center. We have many articles that should explain on the invest section
Yeah.
how to analyze with buy to let. But quickly, so on buy to let, you purchase a property in a given
Mhm.
price. Then you let this property, like basically you get a tenant inside and start getting the rental income, receiving the rental income. So when you analyze a buy to let deal on Lendlord and you put the purchase price and the expected monthly rent, you will see short-term metrics and long-term metrics. The short-term metrics first will show you how much cash you need to
Right.
invest. Okay, so if you're going to take a mortgage, how much you need to put down, the stamp duty, the closing costs, and you can add more, as I showed before in the summary. If you click edit, you can add also perhaps refurb cost if you want to do like small refurb
Okay.
property. Okay,
Mm.
I will go back to the results tab. Then you will see how much net cash flow you should get, and this is based on the rental income minus the mortgage costs minus the ongoing operating costs. And again,
Mhm.
on the summary, if you go to monthly operating costs and you click edit, you can add the other costs. For instance, landlord insurance, if you need to pay on utilities or maintenance, if there is a service charge or ground rent, and then you save it and then go back to the results and see how it impacted your net annual cash flow. Then the second section, which is I think even more relevant, is the long-term metrics. And here you will find the default scenario, the best case scenario, the worst case scenario. And what we do here is basically we use assumptions. So in this case, we assume 95% occupancy rate. So this means that 95% of the time you will have a tenant that pay the rent, tenant in the property. 3% inflation and 4.8% value appreciation and 2% rental appreciation. The 4.8 we take from this postcode. So we look at the 5-year growth in this area, and based on that, we will assume the future growth. Having said that, you can click on edit scenario and change it to 4 and see how it impacts your IRR. IRR is basically the annual return, but it takes into account the net cash flow, but also the property appreciation over the years. Okay. Then on the best case, you can edit the scenario with, you know, higher occupancy rate, even a higher appreciation rate, and then you can see how it impacts your metrics for the long term. And the worst case, let's say that like 10% of the time you will not be able to put a tenant inside the property appreciation perhaps even put 0, I don't know, just to see in the worst case if you still have return from this property or not. So basically this is like in a high level how you analyze the buy to let deal and how you see like the bet, like how you can compare the different scenarios. And now you can also use LendlordAI to ask, you know, questions about this deal. And perhaps for you, you know, actually, if you don't understand the results, I actually highly recommend question LendlordAI about the results. For instance, can you explain what does it mean net annual cash flow of this amount? So the good thing with LendlordAI that you can ask anything. It's like ChatGPT connected to your Lendlord account. So, and then, you know, it will provide you with an answer, and then you can ask follow-up questions and more and more. So,
That's fantastic.
yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
And
Yeah, I've also requested, I've gotten a mortgage illustration.
yeah,
Does that mean the same thing as a AIP or something?
yeah, I think the team can provide you with an AAP. Did you get, like, if you submitted the application, usually take 24 hours to get the illustration?
Yeah, I got the illustration.
Yeah.
Yes. So what's the next thing now?
So I think the team will contact you, perhaps tomorrow, I believe. If you like, depends when you get it to continue the process.
Okay then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And again, if you want to use Lendlord AI with extended capacity, you will need to upgrade to the premium plan, which is available during this webinar time for 50% off. Amir, if you can put again the links, go to your settings page, click upgrade, click add coupon, enter the word AI, and click apply. And you will get it for 50% off for the first year, and then it will go to the £99. Do we have any more questions, Amir?
There was a question here regarding allocating expenses to either different companies or to allocate an expense to an owner, but not to a company. So is that something that you have time to go over quickly?
Yeah, basically you can, when you create a transaction, either if you get it from your bank account and then just need to allocate it, or if you create it manually, then you can attribute this or allocate this transaction first to a category. So we have set of categories, but you can add any category you want. And then you can either assign it to a property or to a company. Okay. And the owner associated with the property. So if you, on my portfolio, you added a property with ownership of Aviram 50%, Amir 50%, when you assign this rent to this property on the cash flow page, let me go back to here, I can filter the cash flow based on the owner. Yeah, so this is the empty account. So let me switch back to here. So if I go to the cash flow, I can select Aviram and see just the cash flow of myself based on the ownership percentage that I have in those properties. You can also use this toggle show values by percentage, and I will see just my share in the cash flow of my properties. So yeah, you can on the manual transactions, when you assign a transaction, you can assign it either to a property or to a company, and then the ownership will come based on the ownership of the property. You will be able to filter by an owner. All right. Anything else, Amir?
There's a question regarding where will this content be? We'll be adding it to YouTube. Will we also be sending this out by email?
Yeah, we will upload it to our YouTube channel, and this is the time to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Perhaps, Amir, you can put the YouTube channel on the chat.
Perfect.
And yeah, and we will also send an email out to the of this recording. Let's pick perhaps like one last question. And again, if you have more questions about the platform, about LendlordAI, you can go to this chat box. If you are a premium user, you can schedule a one-on-one demo call with our team. And you have by the end of this webinar, perhaps we will keep this session open for the next 1 hour or so.
Okay, perfect.
So people, if want to still like just test LendlordAI, which is still available on the free version, and then upgrade during the next hour or two, you will be able to do it. Just go to your settings page and click upgrade, then add coupon, enter the word AI, and click apply. Okay, so last question. Let me see. Okay, can you access land deals here where you buy without planning? Okay, it's a good question. I believe like on the auctions tab, usually you can find perhaps if you want to build from scratch, but I'm not sure if we have the property type land. Let me see. Yeah, we do have. So you can filter by that, yeah, and then you should get. Okay, please not be submitted. Yeah, so basically you should just filter by property type. Also on market listings, you can go to property type and select land. All right. Okay, so thanks everyone for joining. If you have not subscribed to our premium plan yet, do it. It's very valuable, very affordable, and you can get the access to the LendlordAI feature with extended capacity. Feel free to stay in touch. Give us feedback on LendlordAI using this chat or send an email. Follow us on social media to get more content. And we will see you in the next webinar. Thanks, Amir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, everyone. And see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ofer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we are keeping this session open if you still want to upgrade in the next 1 hour or so. Thanks. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Bye.